Hi students, welcome to plus 2 computer class. So we are discussing about DBMS, Database Management System. In the previous video we already seen different components of DBMS. What are the different components of DBMS? Hardware, software, data, users and procedures. So these are the different components of DBMS. How these components are interconnected, that also we already discussed in the previous video. Then in this video we are going to discuss an important topic called data abstraction and independence. Okay, data abstraction and data independence. This is one of the most important question from this chapter. What does mean by data abstraction, or define the different levels of data abstraction in DBMS. Okay, clear? So it's very important question. Data abstraction. So first we will discuss about data abstraction. Data abstraction means how data is represented in DBMS and how the user is extracting data from DBMS. Actually, for implementing data abstraction, DBMS provide 3 levels of data abstraction. First level is physical level. Second level, logical or conceptual level. Then last level is view level. DBMS, database implementation or data abstraction, provides 3 types of level. Physical level, logical or conceptual level, and third one is view level. So with the help of a figure I will explain this, how these are interconnected. Lowest level is physical level. Okay. Lowest level is physical level. After that, logical or conceptual level. Physical or conceptual level. After that, view level. There will be different types of view will be available. View 1, view 2, view 3, like that. View 1, then view 2, then etc. Okay, so data abstraction specify the DBMS is described in 3 levels of data abstraction. DBMS describe in which form the data is present in DBMS. That is known as data abstraction. Different levels of abstraction is present, starting with physical level, logical level, conceptual level and view level. So we will start with physical level. By this picture we can identify what is the speciality of physical level. This is known as the lowest level of data abstraction. What is it? Lowest level of data abstraction. Lowest level of data abstraction. In this physical level, DBMS provides how data is represented. How data is represented. How data is represented in DBMS, in column wise, row wise, in data structure format, whatever format it is this, in which manner data is represented in physical level. It may be records, fields, file, whatever it is, all that information is present in physical level. Okay, so that is the speciality of physical level. Physical level is known as lowest level of data abstraction and it specifies how data is represented. Okay, the lowest level of abstraction describe how data is actually stored in a secondary storage devices like disk and shape. You know, DBMS means it consists of huge amount of data. So sometimes instead of systems memory, we can maintain a secondary memory for storing this huge amount of data. So that's why if in physical level it is represented how actually data is stored in secondary storage devices like disks and tapes. Then the physical level describe complex low-level data structure in detail. We must decide what file organization are to be used to store the relations. Actually, this is the most complex level because huge amount of data will be there. So all that data we are representing in a particular format. That means it is in table wise, relation or RDMS we can use, or normal database we can use. So whatever it is, all that we are representing in sorted format. So definitely organized collection of related data. That is the definition of DBMS. Organized collection. Organized collection means the data must be in a order. Okay, that's why it is known as organized collection of related data with the minimum redundancy. So this is the lowest level. All the other level is belonging to this. If any mistake in this logical level, it will affect the conceptual level and also view level also. Okay, so that is known as physical level. Then next one is logical level. Logical level means next higher level. After physical level, next layer is one more name is the conceptual level. That means the program things or the programming statement is available in logical level. Okay, actually conceptual level or logical level means it describes the programming terms or the query language terms. The language that we are using for interacting with the DBMS is represented in logical level. That's why it got a name called conceptual level. In conceptual level, what data is storing? What data is storing in DBMS? That is described in logical level. What data means? Data type, number of characters, size of the database, is there any restriction, primary key, candidate key, all the information, data about data, all these present in logical level. Then third level is view level. View level is known as the highest level of data abstraction. Highest level of data abstraction. Okay, there is no similarity in view level. According to the user's choice, we are getting view. For example, if the user only requires name and password, then only they will get name and that particular column. Okay, according to the user's choice, we are getting the view level. So view will be in different format. Okay, clear? So these are the three levels of data abstraction. First level is physical level. This is the lowest level of data abstraction. It represented how data is stored in a secondary storage devices like disk and tape. Then second one is logical level. One more name is a conceptual level. Logical level or conceptual level. Then in logical level or conceptual level, we are specifying the programming language. Then I already mentioned there is one person called database administrator. The person has overall control on database. So that DB also writing some of the instruction in logical level. So the entire logical concept is developing in logical level using programming language. Then after that, the highest level of data abstraction. What is the highest level of data abstraction? View level. View level means according to the user's choice, we are viewing the result. Then with the help of an example, I will explain the different levels of data abstraction. Okay, let us take an example. Here we are using student database. Okay, here I am taking one student database. So first I am going to draw physical level. Okay, so this level is physical level. Here also I am going to represent the ID card details, informations of student. First information is admission number. Then name of the student. Name of the admission number, name of the student, then date of birth, batch, class, okay, name of the student. Then next one, physical, what does physical data level indicate? How data is stored. Okay, how data is stored. So all the essential information you want to specify. For example, length of this record. Then stored item, how many items are stored in this record, all these you want to specify. Then the number of byte required, then the memory location used, in which manner it is used, all that specified in physical level. Okay, the length of the string, then selected item, stored item, then offset value, all these present in physical level. Then next level is logical level. In logical level, what data is to be stored? What data? For example, if it is admission number, what will be the data type? Integer. If it is name, what will be the data type? Character array. Date of birth, again integer. Batch, character. Batch, character. Okay, what data is stored in DBMS? Then after that, view level. I already mentioned there will be different levels. Okay, so there are 3 users are viewing the result. So first user only require admission number and name of the student. Only this much is required. So that user will get only the admission number and name of the student. Then second user require admission number and batch of the student. Then the user will get only admission number and batch. Okay, that means the user does not want to see all the details. Only there is that means only the required information we are getting as view. Okay, so this is logical level. Logical level, and this is view level. The same picture is available in your textbook. So this is just to give a brief idea about the different levels of data abstraction. What is the lowest level of data abstraction? Physical level. How data is stored in DBMS. How data is stored. Then logical or conceptual level, what data is stored? That means data type, number of bits. Okay, if we write integer, then automatically it will allocate 4 bytes. That you already know. So for that allocation we are using logical level. Then highest level is view level. According to the user's choice we are getting the result. If the user only require admission number and name, then we will only get admission number and name. Otherwise, the required information we are getting. Okay, so these are the 3 different levels of data abstraction. The lowest level is physical level, highest level is view level. Very, very important question. Data abstraction in DBMS, or different levels of data abstraction in DBMS. Okay, I think it is clear. Different levels. Picture is must. This picture, this is an example. This picture you want to draw. Okay, then. So data abstraction, how data is represented in DBMS. In using several level we are describing data abstraction. Then data independence. Data independence. Okay, so I already mentioned for DBMS there are 3 different levels present, starting from logical, lowest level is physical level, then logical, next one is view level. Then suppose we are changing physical level. Okay, suppose we are changing some of the fields or records in the logical level. Definitely it will affect or if we are changing some of the terms in physical level, definitely it will affect logical level, because all these are interconnected. So according to the data present in physical level, conceptual level or program is developed. So if any mistake in physical level, it will affect logical. If any mistake in logical level, it will affect view level, because all these levels are interconnected. So if we are performing any modification in the structure of database, it will definitely affect the next level. In DBMS, instead of structure, we will use the term called schema representation. Schema or structure of database. So in next video onwards, instead of structure, I will use the word schema. Schema means structure of DBMS. Clear? Structure of DBMS. This is the common term that we are using in DBMS. Instead of structure, we are using schema representation. Okay. Then next, data independence. Okay, what does mean by data independence? The ability to modify schema definition without affecting the next higher level. That is known as data independence. Okay, what is data independence? The ability to modify schema definition, structure of a database without affecting the next higher level. That means if you modify the physical level, it will not affect logical level. If you are modifying logical level, it will not affect view level. That is a speciality of DBMS. Okay, so many terms present, normalization form, different terms present, but it is not described in your textbook. You want to study the definition only. What does mean by data independence? The ability to modify the schema definition without affecting next higher level is known as data independence. Clear? Then there are two types of data independence present. First one is physical independence. First independence is physical independence. So what does mean by physical independence? It is the ability to modify the lowest level, that means physical level, without affecting logical level. Okay, that means we are modifying the physical level, but the change does not reflect in logical level. That is known as physical independence. Then one more independence is there, that is known as logical independence. Logical independence. Okay, the ability to modify conceptual level or logical level without affecting view level. That is the second definition. Logical data independence refers to the ability to modify the conceptual schema without affecting view level. Then physical independence, the ability to modify the physical schema without affecting logical level. Okay, so there are two types of independence available, physical independence and logical independence. Implementation of physical independence is quite easier than logical independence, because in logical independence we are dealing with programming language. So definitely it is more complex than physical independence. Clear? So these are the two types of independence, physical independence and logical independence. So what does mean by data independence? The ability to modify the schema definition without affecting the next higher level. In physical, we are modifying the physical level without affecting conceptual level. Logical level, we are modifying logical level, but it is not affecting view level. So which one is more complex? Logical independence is more complex than physical independence. Okay, so hope you understood the data abstraction and data independence. So again we will revise data abstraction. What are the different levels of abstraction? Physical level, logical level and view level. Okay, then data independence, the definition of data independence, ability to modify the schema definition without affecting the next higher level. Example is physical independence and logical independence. Okay, clear? Then you want to write two questions in your notebook. First question is explain the different levels of data abstraction. Then how the schema definition represent, that means conceptual level, how conceptual level is representing in physical independence. Second question also you want to write. So that two question you want to write in your notebook. So please read your text thoroughly, then only you will get the answer for that second question. Because this is a direct question, you want to get the answer from data independence. So for that answer, all these points are must. Conceptual level independence or logical independence is asking in the second question. So that question, first you read the textbook and then you write the answer. Okay, so hope you understood. The remaining section we will discuss in the next video. Okay, then thank you.